watch Laura very, very closely, and little changes to that cone of uncertainty has a big impact on what it's going to be doing to Southwest Florida. So things continue to look better and better for us, but don't let your guard down. Things can change. It just as easily could go back the other direction, but right now it's pushing it a little bit farther to the west. So it really depends exactly on the track. Gusty winds still possible, 10 to 20 mile per hour gusts. You might find some rain bands in here, kind of typical of what we see at this time of the year, but high surf out at the beaches, be careful there. Again, we'll continue to pass along all the information from the National Hurricane Center. So this is the latest track, just skimming across now the Keys, but it leaves most of our area, all of our area, viewing area now out of the track. Still expected to become a hurricane by next week and then track now toward Louisiana. So that is now pushed a little further to the west. So wow, these twin storms are going to be very close to each other out there in the Gulf of Mexico. Both of them still expected to become hurricanes, and if that happens, that's the first time in history. This could be historic next week. So we're going to be watching them. One of them is likely to pull the energy away from the other one. We'll see which one happens here. But right now, it looks like possibly Laura's getting pulled a little bit further to the west. And that's probably because of that big ridge of high pressure out in the Atlantic. Shortest U.S. landfall time, I just kind of went back and looked here, between two hurricanes, 23 hours. That was back in 1933, but we may have that situation coming up next week. They're going to be very close to each other. But why has this whole thing been so uncertain? Well, Laura isn't very organized. It's very disorganized today. A lot of model disagreement. Expected to interact with land now, and not much wind shear, but we've had a lot of dry air present. Very warm water, though, in the Gulf of Mexico. So that's why there is still that possibility that it could strengthen even more than a Category 1. Got to keep an eye on it. We've got showers and thunderstorms that have popped up late this afternoon. Took a long time with that southerly flow. So we have a few showers now moving up toward DeSoto and down into Charlotte County, moving off to the north at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, also heading toward Clewiston, Lake Okeechobee, Collier County getting most of the storms right now. Orange Tree going to pick up some rain, and Immokalee eventually. So we're not going to be dry this evening. Again, that southerly flow kind of pulling it back to a southeasterly direction. Trough of low pressure in the Gulf of Mexico is going to keep it very, very unsettled. I'll have the timeline for more storms into the weekend coming up in just a bit. Oh, by the way, Derek will be doing a Facebook Live coming up tonight at 8:30. Be sure to tune